While much of the land along the highway is protected forever and will be restored into wetland habitats, some remains agricultural, and some is still privately owned. All of it plays an important role for birds migrating along the Pacific Flyway, many of which you are likely to see as you drive across Highway 37. Here's Carl Wilcox of the California Department of Fish and Wildlife.
Well, the Flyway Highway is an effort to draw attention to the wildlife values of the San Pablo Bay area, and particularly the wetlands along Highway 37, which bisects the north end of the bay. That historically was all a huge tidal marsh between the Napa River and Sonoma Creek, and then between Sears Point and the Petaluma River. And those were all big tidal marshes that supported large numbers of wildlife and contributed significantly to the health of the bay by filtering sediments and nutrients, and also providing the base productivity that supported the particularly fisheries of San Francisco Bay. So those areas have been hugely reduced now, in many cases up to 80 to 90%. And a lot of the effort now is to restore a lot of that habitat as opportunities arise, to restore the historic character and wildlife values of that area. Late summer and fall, we start to see the migrants coming back through the shorebirds. Those are the most numerous species that come into the bay, and they're attracted particularly to the bay edge, the mudflats, which are a prime foraging area, but also to the ponded areas and the intake ponds about midway between Sonoma Creek and the Napa River in Vallejo. And those attract large numbers of shorebirds because the water's very shallow, and shorebirds come off the mudflats and concentrate in those areas during the high tides and roost and forage. And so those are great places to see those species. Also, we start to see the waterfowl coming back, particularly the diving ducks, things like canvasback, bufflehead, ruddy ducks, and those kinds of things, and scaup in large numbers. The fall and then on into the winter are probably the highest periods that we see a lot of those species, because they come in and they're spending the whole winter, in many cases, either as residents or as they move farther south.